In this video, I'm going to show you how I attempted to make ferrofluid out of breakfast cereal. I first started off with 2 boxes of cereal in hopes of extracting all the iron contents out of them. Unfortunately for me though, the highest iron content cereal that I was able to find was only 50% of the daily recommended intake. I started off by carefully removing the bags of cereal from the boxes. I then proceeded to filling up the blender with half the contents of the first bag.
Oh, that's a lot.
Since this would be my first time blending cereal and trying to extract metal from it, I didn't know exactly how much water to put into the blender to have a good consistency. I figured I would cover the cereal to the top and that would be enough. As I was preparing to blend the mix, a friend approached me with a much more simplistic approach to the whole dilemma. All that was left would be to start blending. I started off blending the mix on low because I didn't want to make a lot of noise.
This is the easy way to make cereal frappe.
So I was now left with this rancid looking soup that hopefully had iron in it. Upon my first impression, I thought I may have to actually blend it a little bit more and on a higher speed. Nonetheless, I held the magnet up to the side of the container and started to mix the awful smelling mixture while one of my friends was destroying my self-confidence.
See me getting your cooking pickies on YouTube. Nice and famous. You didn't see that.
I kept mixing this for several minutes without much to show as a result, so I made the executive decision to throw it back in the blender for a second round. Although this time, we made some noise. This time, I was actually able to see some iron particles beginning to collect on the side of the plastic container, and they would follow my neodymium magnet as I would move it. I extracted the collected iron contents from the container and was left with a gray looking wet substance powder thing and a desperate need to be photobombed. I proceeded to blend the remaining portion of the wheat cereal in the bag and rinsed off the extracted iron/cereal mix that was attracted to the magnet. I was now left with this wet iron powder that was nothing but satisfying to play with on the magnet.
This isn't half a bag.
I had to come up with a creative way to transfer the iron contents from the bag to the plastic container where I could dry it and process it better. This was the first time that the hope in the project was actually restored, but the iron contents were very dangerously satisfying to play with. The next step would be to add some engine oil to the mix and try to stir the two of them together. I did have some concerns though that the particles of iron were not fine enough and would not allow the oil to create a nice barrier between the particles. The big magnet I was using in close proximity also probably wasn't a good idea, because if I got too close to the mix, it would make the iron particles squeeze together so tight that it would force the engine oil out from between the grains. I'm aware that the quality of this ferrofluid could be significantly better, and if this video gets enough likes, I'll even consider making it better. It could be improved by firstly, making the powder significantly more fine and allowing the oil to really get in there, and secondly, increasing the viscosity of the oil could also help. Furthermore, I could have experimented with putting this ferrous mixture into water and seeing how the oily mixture behaves in there. But overall, with the scope of this video being whether we can make ferrous fluid out of a breakfast cereal, I would say that this video is a resounding yes. Consider leaving a like and subscribing if you enjoyed this video. I know it's not my normal car video, but I'd like to have videos like these, as well as car videos going on at the same time on my channel, so make sure to check out some other videos as well as staying tuned for new ones to come. As always, I read and reply to everyone who leaves a comment, so feel free to ask anything or comment on anything that you've seen in this video and I'd be more than happy to answer you. And be sure to share this video to all of your family and friends that would be interested in trying out this experiment for themselves at home. It's a very easy experiment to recreate and it's definitely a lot of fun. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.